Last week's inflation report reinforced what working families across America already know. Washington Democrats' inflation is still packing a punch. Prices climbed 4.9% from this time last year. Just in the last month, they accelerated nearly half a percentage point. The Biden administration called the news, quote, "welcome breathing room for families." Welcome breathing room for families? According to the latest data, families have paid thousands of dollars more just to put food on their table on his watch. In Colorado, your average family has paid over $2,000 in additional food costs since 2021. In Arizona, those same groceries have cost households $1,800. In Montana, over $1,700. And in my home state of Kentucky, families have paid $1,600 more on average since President Biden took office. Doesn't sound like breathing room to me, Mr. President, especially at a time when workers' wages are failing to keep pace with out-of-control prices. Meanwhile, confidence in President Biden to do the right thing with the economy is at its lowest point since the Great Recession. That's hardly surprising when his top economic advisors refuse to even admit there's a problem. The President's latest pick to lead his Council of Economic Advisors has repeatedly said this administration didn't miss a thing on inflation. So while the Biden administration pats itself on the back for a job well done, let's remember where we were just 2 years ago. Since the president took office, prices have climbed a staggering, listen to this, 16%. 16% since the president took office. Gasoline up 54%, electricity up 22%, groceries up 20%, and higher interest rates are making it harder for working families to borrow and save for the future.
Oh, wow, friends. This is huge news. A group of several lawmakers say they are moving forward with a new bill that would stop all payments to lawmakers. And that's if Congress cannot reach a deal on the debt ceiling. This bill could push Congress to speed up the negotiation process and prevent drastic cuts to benefits. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the details. Also, in a video later today, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. A new bill would block lawmakers from getting paid if the government defaults on its loans or shuts down. It is a looming possibility as negotiations over raising the debt ceiling have stalled between President Biden and top Republicans. Today, Democratic Representative Abigail Spanberger and GOP Representative Brian Fitzpatrick introduced bipartisan legislation that will require congressional payroll administrators to withhold lawmakers' pay once a debt limit has been reached or if there's a lapse in government funding. Lawmakers would still eventually receive that pay. The payments would be released at the end of the 118th Congress in 2025. This is in compliance with the 27th Amendment. Representative Fitzpatrick said in an official statement, "Members of Congress promise to fight for the constituents in Washington and should not be paid a taxpayer-funded salary if they cannot deliver on that promise. Lawmakers should not be paid if we irresponsibly default on our nation's debt. The government is allowed to borrow up to $31.4 trillion. After hitting that limit in January, the U.S. Treasury Department has been using extraordinary measures to pay our nation's bills. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told congressional leaders earlier this month that her best estimate is that a default could occur as soon as June 1st, though it could also be a number of weeks later. She called it imperative that Congress act as soon as possible to increase or suspend the debt limit in a way that provides longer-term certainty that the government will continue to make its payments. Earlier this week, Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy appeared to make some progress towards a debt ceiling deal. Speaker McCarthy told reporters after the short afternoon meeting that it's possible to get a deal by the end of this week. Should the party leaders fail to strike up a deal, the Treasury Department has predicted a doomsday scenario in which global financial markets falls into turmoil, mortgage rates rise, seniors miss Social Security checks, and millions of jobs will be wiped out across the country. In such an instance, Spanberger and Fitzpatrick's bill suggests members of Congress should struggle alongside ordinary Americans. Dozens of progressives have also signed onto a letter urging President Biden to invoke the 14th Amendment and bypass Republicans. This is to prevent the nation from defaulting on its debt. Congressional Progressive Caucus leaders Pramila Jayapal, Ilhan Omar, and Greg Casar led more than 60 progressives in penning the letter to Biden. As the president attends the Group of Seven summit abroad this week. So, dear friends, do you think that our government will come to an agreement regarding the debt limit by June 1st? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Last month, the United States Department of Agriculture published its forecast for 2023 food prices, and it's not looking good. While grocery prices will not shoot up like they did in 2022, the USDA predicts that 2023 will likely see us pay 6.5% more for groceries than last year. And already, by March of this year, consumers paid 8.5% more for a bag of groceries than they did in March 2022. According to the U.S. Government Accountability Office, it is not just inflation that's driving prices up. There have been supply chain disruptions related to the crisis and numerous other factors in play. But knowing the reasons for higher prices does not make it any easier when we see the total at the cash register. According to a report from the National Council on Aging, 3 out of 5 older adults who qualify for SNAP benefits, which is about 5 million Americans, are missing out on their rightful benefits. Many analysts say it is unclear if some percentage of those 5 million people never apply for SNAP benefits because they assume they are not eligible while they collect Social Security. Less than half of those 60 and older either are not collecting SNAP benefits, even though they're eligible, or are collecting less than they could be receiving. According to Yahoo News, many people believe that older Americans can receive only $16 per month in food stamps, but that's just the minimum for an eligible senior. The average benefit is more than $100 per month. Lawmakers urge that all low-income Americans check to see if they are eligible for extra financial aid. Well, my greatest and most awesome friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. Thank you, dearest friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. Friends, please make sure you enter the giveaway. All you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.